Friday, September 20th, 2013. This is Blue Skies Radio. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. You are in the right place. Thank you very much for tuning in, and thank you for caring about your world. What an absolutely gorgeous day to be alive. You can be anywhere in the world right now, and you're here with me, and I'd like to thank you very much for that. We've got an excellent show for you today on Blue Skies Radio, your destination for truth news and truth views. Mixed in with a little bit of entertainment, hopefully this will be one of your favorite 20 minutes of the day. On today's show, we've got Toronto's weather, upcoming movie news, a special song in the last segment, and a very exciting honorable mention in truth news for this weekend. As you know, this show is dedicated to my all-time favorite radio show host, the great Ms. Joyce Riley. That's right, Joyce Riley from the Power Hour. I honestly do hope that you listen to her. What a great, powerful woman she is, and an inspiration to all of us, especially to those of us in the truth movement. Thank you very much, Joyce. I hope you know that. You can catch her on gcnlive.com Monday through Friday. And Josh is on her show every Friday. He's been with her now for the last 6 years. Man, he's great to listen to. What a great duo on Fridays. Well, let's dive right into it. We've got a very special announcement for Torontonians. And earning our honorable mention in Truth News this week is a peaceful protest for fluoride-free Toronto, scheduled for Saturday, September 21st. 2013, 1 p.m. to 5 p.m., we are asking that Torontonians come down to City Hall and participate in this peaceful protest. There will be a petition there that you can sign to help end the artificial fluoridation of Toronto's water. Water fluoridation is the practice of adding industrial-grade fluoride chemicals to water for the purpose of preventing tooth decay. One of the little-known facts about this practice is that the United States, which fluoridates over 70% of its water supplies, has more people drinking fluoridated water than the rest of the world combined. Most developed nations, including all of Japan and 97% of Western Europe, do not fluoridate their water. 3 reasons to end water fluoridation. Number 1, fluoridation is an outdated form of mass medication. Unlike all other water treatment processes, fluoridation does not treat the water itself, but the person consuming it. The Food and Drug Administration accepts that fluoride is a drug, not a nutrient, when used to prevent disease. By definition, therefore, fluoridating water is a form of medication. This is why most Western Europe nations have rejected the practice, because in their view, the public water supply is not an appropriate place to be adding drugs, particularly when fluoride is readily available in individual use in the form of toothpaste. Reason number 2, fluoridation is unnecessary and ineffective. The most obvious reason to end fluoridation is that it is now known that fluoride's main benefit comes from topical contact with teeth, not from ingestion. Even the CDC's Oral Health Division now acknowledges this. Therefore, there is simply no need to swallow fluoride, whether in the water, in the toothpaste, or any other form. Further, despite early claims that fluoridated water would reduce cavities by 65%, modern, large-scale studies show no consistent or meaningful difference in the cavity rates of fluoridated and non-fluoridated areas. And reason number 3, fluoridation is not a safe practice. The most important reason to end fluoridation is that it's simply not a safe practice, particularly for those who have health concerns that render them vulnerable to fluoride's toxic effects. First, there is no dispute that fluoridation is causing millions of children to develop dental fluorosis, a discoloration of their teeth that is caused by excessive fluoride intake. Scientists from the Centers for Disease Control have even acknowledged that fluoridating is causing cosmetically objectionable fluorosis on children's front teeth, an effect that can cause children embarrassment and anxiety at an age when physical appearance is the single most important predictor of self-esteem. Second, it is known that fluoridated water caused several bone disease in dialysis patients up until the late 1970s, prior to dialysis units filtering fluoride. While dialysis units now filter out the fluoride, research shows that current fluoride exposures are still resulting in dangerously high bone fluoride levels in dialysis patients and patients with other advanced forms of kidney disease. It is unethical to compromise the health of some members in a population to obtain a purported benefit for another, particularly in the absence of these vulnerable members knowing consent. And finally, a growing body of evidence reasonably indicates that fluoridated water, in addition to other sources of daily fluoride exposure, can cause or contribute to a range of serious effects, including arthritis, damage to developing brains, reduced thyroid function, and possibly osteosarcoma, bone cancer, in adolescent males. Well, good news is communities are starting to get the message. In recent years, communities through the United States and Canada have started to reassess the conventional wisdom of fluoridating their water, and Saturday, September 21st, will be a really good start. Hopefully we can wake up. We're going to take 2 minutes. We'll be back in a sec. You are now listening to Toronto's trippiest radio station. This is Blue Skies Radio, where we get together, share some laughs, tell some truth stories, and watch the chemtrails fly. Tune in Monday through Friday. Hey, it's Ryan from Blue Skies Radio. Do you eat food? Do you have a backyard? Do you have a balcony? Do you have a window? If you answered yes to any of these questions, you should be growing food. If you're not growing food, what are you thinking? You might be thinking it's a little bit too difficult. You don't know how to start. Well, give us a call at TorontoWormCompany.com and we'll show you how anyone can grow anywhere. 416-839-4769. It's your right to grow. I wasn't eating enough fruits or vegetables, that's why I turned to Beyond Tangy Tangerine. It's a unique multivitamin mineral complex in powdered form, a natural antioxidant that packs a whopping 115 fruits and vegetables within it to support optimal health and a healthy immune, cardiovascular, and digestive system. Give us a call today at 416-839-4769. That's 416-839-GROW. And we're back. Thank you very much for tuning in. Blue Skies Radio. No blue skies for us in Toronto today. If you look outside your window, you will see NWO gray skies. Let's take a look at the weather. Calling for about 17 degrees in Toronto. Rainy, cloudy, chemtrails. That's right. Tomorrow, Saturday, light rain. Once again, chance of showers. What does that mean? That means you look out the window, you will see gray. You won't see blue. But if you are looking out a window, I hope you're looking past a pot of herbs, basil, parsley, maybe some spinach, a little bit of lettuce. I hope you're growing something. And if you are growing something, remember, water your plants. Speaking of watering your plants, now would be a good opportunity for you to go get a glass of water. A glass of fluoride-free water. Ooh, that's right. How nice would that be to be able to turn on our tap and have fluoride-free water? Well, hopefully, the powers that be will listen to us in Toronto tomorrow when we sign the petition. I know that Canada already had a vote for Toronto. I think Toronto had a vote in 2011 where we were outvoted. And, it's a daily struggle, and we got to keep at it. We definitely do, ladies and gentlemen. It will never end for us. As a matter of fact, I've got some great news. I've got a list here of Canadian cities that have gone fluoride-free. LaSalle, Ontario, January 29th. Windsor, Ontario, January 29th. Okay, I'll spare you of the dates. Bécancour, Quebec. Okotoks, Alberta. Kirkland Lake, Ontario. Rosetown, Saskatchewan. Orillia, Ontario. Tecumseth, Ontario. Wynyard, Saskatchewan. Amhertsburg, Ontario. Moncton, New Brunswick. Dieppe, New Brunswick. Lake Cowichan, British Columbia. Williams Lake, BC, Lakeshore, Ontario, Churchill, Manitoba, Slave Lake, Alberta, Tabor, Alberta, Meadow Lake, Saskatchewan, Flin Flon, Manitoba, Calgary, Alberta, Verchères, Quebec, Athabasca, Alberta, Waterloo, St. Jacobs, Ontario, Gatineau, Quebec, Thunder Bay, Ontario, Cranberry Portage, Manitoba, Drayton Valley, Alberta, Kingston, Ontario. Wow, Canadian Forces base. That's cool. Way to go, Canadian Forces. Dryden, Ontario. Quebec City, Quebec. Region of Niagara, Ontario. Kamsack, Saskatchewan. Langham, Saskatchewan. Golden, British Columbia. Foam Lake, Saskatchewan. Golden, British Columbia. Wow, that's cool. Golden, BC, eh? Foam Lake, Saskatchewan. Oh, I just read that. Burns Lake, British Columbia. Dutton, Dunwich, Ontario. West Elgin, Ontario. Priestville, Saskatchewan. Rosethern, Saskatchewan. Cobalt, Ontario. Kamloops, British Columbia. Whitehorse, Yukon. Kitimat, British Columbia. Kelowna, British Columbia. Campbell River, BC. Port Hardy, BC. Squamish, BC. Comox, Courtney, BC. And Vancouver, BC. Beautiful, beautiful to see. I've got the link for you up on the email blast. You can take a look at this for how's that fluoride-free water treating you at o.canada.com. Very exciting to see that. And I just got to say, I'm shocked at how the mainstream media is still able to portray us as crazies when we ask for fluoride out of the water, chemtrails out of the sky, a new investigation into 9/11. You know, I was just taking a look at a link from the National Post. Fluoride increasingly removed from water supply despite lack of evidence it is harmful. Really? Really? I smell bullshit. Anyways, you guys can take a look at that link as well. I'll have it in the blast. And before we cut to commercial, I wanted to read this article I found on beforeitsnews.com. Sugar is addictive and the most dangerous drug of the times. Soft drinks should carry tobacco-style warnings that sugar is highly addictive and dangerous, a senior Dutch health official has warned. Paul van der Velpen, the head of Amsterdam's health service, the Dutch capital city where the sale of cannabis is legalized, wants to see sugar tightly regulated. Just like alcohol and tobacco, sugar is actually a drug. There is an important role for the government. The use of sugar should be discouraged, and users should be made aware of the dangers. He wrote that on an official public health website. He also said, "This may seem exaggerated and far-fetched, but sugar is the most dangerous drug of the times and still can be easily acquired everywhere." Mr. van der Velpen cites research claiming that sugar is unlike other fat or foods. It actually interferes with the body's appetite, creating an insatiable desire to carry on eating, an effect he accuses the industry of using to increase consumption of their products. Sugar upsets that mechanism. Whoever uses sugar wants more and more, even when they are no longer hungry. Give someone eggs and he'll stop eating at any given time. Give him cookies and he'll eat on and on, even though his stomach is painful. Ha! Guilty as charged. That being said, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to pay the bills, cutting for a break. We'll be back in 2 minutes. Have you ever wanted to fly? The very first time I saw my father fly by with his rollerblades, I knew that was something I wanted to do. 25 years later, I'm a trained professional. Hi, I'm Ryan from TorontoWormCompany.com, and I'm here to let you know that rollerblading is the best feeling I've ever had in my life. Take it from me, I've been skydiving, I've been go-karting, I've even gone swimming. But nothing compares to that feeling I get when I rollerblade. The wind blowing in your hair, people are smiling at you, they all want to do it. You can see it in their eyes, they just want to grab some skates and skate with you. Well, now's your chance, world. Give me a call at 416-839-4769 and you can learn to fly. Do you love your car as much as I do? Do you love having a shiny new vehicle on the road? Well, you owe it to yourself to also have the cleanest car on the road. Call Taylor's Touch today at 647-625-1420. They've got professionals on hand to have you having the cleanest car. Even your mom would be proud. Taylor's Touch. Give her a call today. You owe it to yourself. Now listening to Toronto's trippiest radio station. You are in for a hell of a motherfucking ride. Stay tuned and put on your tinfoil hat. This is the Think Tank. Ooh yeah, I love that Blue Skies radio. Dig it. And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for tuning in. What an honor to be here. Very big weekend for Toronto. Very big fluoride-free protest. Please be there. Also in Toronto this weekend, UFC 165 is here. I haven't really been watching UFC lately, so I'm sorry, guys. I don't recognize anyone from the card, but I'm sure it will be good. Movies in the theater: Insidious Chapter 2, The Family, Prisoners, We're the Millers, Riddick, and Lee Daniels, the Butler. Riddick, very exciting to see a third installment of the Chronicles of Riddick. I am very excited to see Vin Diesel in that role. What else? New movies coming out. Arnold is working on 3 new films: T5, Conan, and a sequel to Twins called Triplets. Catch the joke. Eddie Murphy will be the third brother. Honestly, folks, I couldn't make this stuff up. Are you ready for it? Are you ready? 3 words I'm sure you've been dying to hear. Bad Boys 3. Oh yeah, super exciting. Martin Lawrence has commented that there's a script in the works right now. Big news. I think they're just waiting for Jerry Bruckheimer to get on board. A sequel to the new Superman has just been announced. They were attempting to make a Justice League, but it fell through the cracks, unfortunately. However, rising from the ashes like a phoenix is the new Batman Superman movie. That's right, very excited to hear about that, and I hear that Ben Affleck is going to be Batman. That's awesome. I'm super excited about that. I actually love Ben Affleck. I like Daredevil as well. Okay. We've got a new TV show coming out this week. More in superhero news. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. It looks awesome. We need another hero TV show, especially after Alphas was canceled after their first season. Heroes ran for 4 good seasons, and this new show, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., looks like it's got a lot of potential. It will follow Agent Coulson and the other agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., along with other superheroes that are just a little bit less super than the ones that we're familiar with. All right, one show I just finished watching is Caprica. I highly recommend it. Wow, what an amazing show. So much depth to the storyline, to the characters, and the show is visually stunning. You know, the creators have a magical way of creating various editing techniques to really submerge you into their world. Each setting has a nice contrast to the last. When you're in V-World, you know you're in V-World. Same thing with Battlestar Galactica, of which Caprica is a spin-off. Battlestar Galactica, I call BSG, is the best television show I've ever watched in my entire life. I highly recommend that you watch it. 2003 remaking of Battlestar Galactica. Amazing characters: Starbuck, Apollo, Hilo, Sharon, Number 6, Sam, the Chief. Ha! I can go on and on. And they did a lot of things right with Battlestar Galactica. When the show was in its prime in the 4th season, they ended it. Instead of dragging the storyline on like we've seen with other many TV shows, they said, all right, enough's enough, let's cut it to an end. So I thought I'd throw in a little bit of entertainment news for you guys as well. Recommend that you guys watch a television show called Lie to Me, and that can be found on Netflix. Caprica and Battlestar Galactica can be found on American Netflix, and we've got I don't know why Chappelle's Show was referenced to me the other day, but good Lord, I absolutely love Dave Chappelle. He's really funny. What a great guy. He did Half-Baked. My father worked on Half-Baked, which was really nice to hear. Another show that I recommend is called Homeland. It is on Netflix. I watched the first 2 seasons of it, and I believe there is a 3rd season that I'm going to be looking out for. So that's it. That's the entertainment wrap-up for the week. And now it's time for our quote of the day. This quote is brought to you by Toronto Worm Company, where anyone can grow anywhere. In prosperity, prepare for a change. In adversity, hope for one. James Burke. That quote was brought to you by Toronto Worm Company, where anyone can grow anywhere. 416-839-GROW. I love that part of the show. Quote of the day, definitely a good one. All right, so thank you very much for tuning in. I am trying to convince my sisters to come on the show as a special guest host. That will be nice for a little bit of variety in terms of voices on the show. It's been an excellent week. I hope I will see you there at the fluoride-free petition rally at City Hall. Please bring your signs, bring your T-shirts. You know that we are asking for clean drinking and bathing water in Toronto. Also, I would love to see another chemtrail-free rally as well. We need blue skies. Coming in from Blue Skies Radio, this is your host, Bauer. It's been a wonderful episode. Thank you very much for tuning in. I truly do hope that you take care and that you make the most of today. What an absolutely gorgeous day it is. Make sure you say a prayer today. Thank you very much. Thank God. I love you. Stay tuned for more. See you next week.
Ooh, yeah. I love that Blue Skies radio. Dig it.